Stop making so much noise, please.
You'll have to wait a minute.
I'm trying to record, please. Quiet on the set.
Wait a minute.
The production is being held up by the diva. Please, security, escort her off the premises. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for joining me on another video. Today's video is going to be the highly anticipated Q&A video. Now, I was originally going to shoot this video with me sitting on the couch, answering your questions, sipping some tea, but the audio footage for that did not work out, so I had to come up with something else. And I decided it would be fun to give you guys a little glimpse into my life and some behind the scenes footage of my life for my Q&A video. So I will be showing you a day in the life on a Saturday morning of what I do, and throughout the video I will be answering your guys' questions. So before we get fully into the video, I would like to take this time and welcome anybody that is new. If this happens to be your first time here on the channel, hello and welcome. My name is Monet, and here on this channel I deal with all things budgeting. I am really trying to get a handle on my finances, and I am doing that with the help of the cash envelope system, and I am eliminating my debt with the help of the debt snowball method. So if you are also in a similar situation and you want to learn budgeting and getting your finances together, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family, because I would love to have you. And don't forget to click the notification bell so that you never miss a video. So after I finish tidying up my room, I'm going to head into the kitchen and make myself something to drink to give me a little bit of energy for the morning. One thing about me is that I am not a morning person at all. I don't like to be spoken to first thing in the morning. I need a couple of minutes to get myself together. So that's what I'm doing with this tea. It's going to give me a little bit of energy so I can start my day. So on this morning, I decided to pour myself some green tea. So that's what this pack is. And I'm just going to put that in the cup. And along with my tea, I like to add some honey. So that's what I'm taking out of the cabinet right here. I just add a little bit of it and mix it up. And then I have me some nice, fresh, hot tea. I also wanted to just take a moment and admire my beautiful Hogwarts cup. This is one of my favorite mugs. My mom actually got this for me this Christmas, and it's one of those color changing mugs when you add the hot water to it. So you'll see that the cup is turning a little bit blue as I pour the water into it, and I just love it. It's so amazing. It's my favorite, and it's Harry Potter themed, so I'm all for it. Alright, so now I'm just going to make my way into my living room and take a seat and sip my tea in the morning while I catch up on some shows. The current show that I'm binge watching on Netflix is Grey's Anatomy, and in the following couple of clips you're going to see me getting ready and getting dressed for the day, and as that footage is rolling, that is when I will begin to answer some questions. So the order of the questions are going to be first general get to know me questions, then I have some personal financial questions, and then we will wrap it up with some cash envelope / budget related questions. Alright, so for question number 1, it is, how old are you? So this is a question that I try and answer within every video, but if you do not know, I am 24 years old. The next question is, what state do you live in, and have you always lived there? So the state that I live in is New Jersey, and yes, I have always lived here. I was born and raised in Jersey. There was a moment when I finished college that I did want to move, and I was thinking of moving to Maryland, but at the end of the day, I think I'm always going to be a Jersey girl. So the next question is, what's your zodiac sign? So my zodiac sign is a Scorpio. I was born November 15th to be exact. So if you are a fellow Scorpio, be sure to let me know down in the comments. The next question is, what's your favorite food? So if I had to pick a favorite food, it would definitely have to be Chinese food. I can honestly eat that any time of day. If anybody asks me what I want to eat, that will be the answer. And to be exact, I would order chicken and broccoli with white rice. The next question is, what's your favorite color? So my favorite color is pink. I feel like you guys will see that as you look around my house and look at my binder, look at my banner, look at my laptop. Everything is pink all the time. Alright everyone, so I am out of the shower and I put on some nice comfy clothes. You will catch me in sweatpants and a t-shirt every day of the week. So right here I'm just taking down my hair, and I normally wear my hair natural, but I had just came back from vacation and I straightened it. So it is looking a little bit of a mess, but we just gonna work with it. I'm just throwing it in a ponytail and calling it a day. Alright, so the next chore that I'm going to be getting into is laundry. These are all clean clothes that I just took out of the dryer and now they need to be folded. Laundry is actually my least favorite chore. I feel like it's never ending, so I always procrastinate doing it. And you'll see me carrying around my laptop everywhere I go because I need to be entertained. So getting back into the questions, the next question was, what's your favorite movie? So for me, my favorite movie, hands down, is going to be the entire collection of Harry Potter. I am a big Harry Potter fan. I love the movies, I love the books. But if I had to pick a favorite movie within Harry Potter, it would be Goblet of Fire. So the next question that I was asked was, what kind of car do you have? So I am currently driving a 2013 Chevy Cruze in the color black, and I named her Bella, which is once again inspired by Harry Potter, named after the character Bellatrix, because she wears black all the time and she does what she wants and you don't want to mess with her, so that is my car. So the next question that I was asked was, do you live alone or are you still in school? So I do currently live alone. I moved out of my parents' house once I graduated college, not by choice, but that's just how life worked out. I actually graduated college in 2018, so ever since then I've been on my own. So the question following that was, what did you study in college? So when I graduated, I received my BA in business management, and I also received a concentration in MIS. Funny story, I actually started college with the intention of majoring in accounting, but once I saw how much work that required, I switched majors. So the next question is, what did you want to be growing up? So I kind of just answered this in the previous question, but for a very long time, I wanted to be an accountant. My uncle is an accountant, and he is someone that I really look up to, and I was pretty good at math, so for a very long time, that was my dream job. The next question that was asked is, what is your current job? So in terms of my current job, obviously I can't tell you guys exactly where I work, but for a general job description, I do share that I am an analyst. So what I do is basically look at reports, come up with data, and make suggestions based on those reports. So yes, I am an analyst. And for the last general get to know me questions, I have, what is your dream travel destination? So for a very long time, traveling wasn't something that I aspired to do, but recently it has become something that I can't wait to explore, since I feel like now I finally have the opportunity to do so. And the first location that I would love to go see is London. It's always been a place that I've dreamed of going to, so one day I will make it there. All right, the next set of questions that we'll be getting into are the personal financial related questions. And to start us off, the question is, what keeps you motivated? So the one thing that really keeps me motivated while being on this journey is always remembering why I started. Me knowing that one day all of the money that I am putting towards debt will be coming back to me, and knowing that I am building myself financially for a better future than where I came from, that is something that definitely motivates me and keeps me going. Another question that I was asked was, have you ever fallen off the wagon? If so, how did you trace your steps back? So I would definitely be lying to you guys if I told you I was 100% always straight and narrow when it comes to this budgeting. So of course I've fallen off the wagon. It happened a lot before I started recording my journey on YouTube. So before I actually decided to turn on the camera, and when I was just starting, I kept quitting and I kept saying forget about it, and I just gave up. But the common thing that always drove me back to continue this process would, of course, have to be my mother. She is my guiding light when it comes to this journey, and she always encourages me and shows me that it can be done, so I always find my way back. And the next question that I have is, if you had a choice between saving and paying off debt, which would you choose? So, of course, in a perfect world, if I had a choice between debt and saving, I would never pay for debt a day in my life, and I would just save and build my wealth. But if I am a person that has debt and I would also like to save, that's when I think it becomes personal and you decide what is best for you. I feel like if you have debt that may take a while for you to pay off, it makes total sense for you to both save and pay off debt. So that's probably what I would choose. So next on the agenda for today was to wash my dishes. Washing dishes is actually my favorite chore. I find it so relaxing, therapeutic. It's where I do my best thinking. I do have a dishwasher in my home, but I hardly ever use it. And after I'm finished washing my dishes, I'm just going to make myself something to eat for lunch. Getting back into the questions, so the next question up is, what's your secret for being so consistent? So for me, when it comes to consistency in anything that I do, it has to be fun and it has to be enjoyable. So I think a really good key player in the reason that I'm able to continue on this journey is that I make it fun. I create my budget the way that it best suits my needs, and I don't make it stressful, I don't make it complicated, and if I make it realistic, I will see that I'm getting those wins. So I feel like if you continue to make something easy for you, you will keep coming back to it, and then eventually you will see yourself progress. The next question that I have is, will you continue Uber Eats/DoorDash when you are done paying off your student loans? I think I'll continue to utilize both platforms just because I enjoy having the extra income. I like knowing that if I want to go out and deliver for a couple of hours, I can earn an extra $50 if I want. So I will most likely continue to use both apps. Next question is, do you have financial goals in mind after becoming debt-free? So yes, definitely I have goals once I'm debt-free. My two main goals that I would love to achieve once I'm debt-free is build my 3 to 6 month emergency fund, and I would love to learn more about investing and how I can grow my money. So the last personal financial question I have is, where do you see yourself at 30 financially? First, I will be 30 in about 5 years, which is completely scary to me. It seemed to be such a far number. But when I'm 30, the main goal, definitely, I would want to be debt-free. Another big thing that I would love to have is possibly having a condo. I don't see myself owning a house, but I would love to see myself within a nice condo. And another thing I would love is to grow within my career. So possibly progressing, getting promotions within my personal career. That would be something also I would enjoy by the time I'm 30. Alright, so I am still pushing through on this productive Saturday, and now I'm finally going to get into a little bit of work. If you do not know, I do own an Etsy shop where I make my digital downloads for my budget printables and my cash envelopes. So that's what I'm going to do now, work on some orders. And here I'm just showing you guys what I'm listening to. I was currently listening to Jhené Aiko. She's one of my favorites, and I definitely have to listen to music while I work on orders because it does take some time. Alright, so now we can get into the final part for the questions. These are going to be all of the budget/cash envelope related questions. So the first one that I have is, does any of your family/friends in real life budget similar to how you do? So this is a very funny question, and the answer is no. No one I know personally budgets to the extent that I do. And I think the reason for that is because I'm just the type of person that when I find something I really like, I do tend to go a little bit overboard. So I wasn't expecting anyone in my real life to budget the way that I do. I will say though that the people that know that I do the system, they do admire that I do it. And they tell me that they would love to do it. It seems fun and they want to get into budgeting. But either they don't follow through with it or they just do it a different way. Like my best friend, she budgets everything digitally. She's more of a working on her phone type of girl, and I'm more of a pen and paper type of girl. So people in my life do budget, but definitely not the same way I do. Up next, the question is, how did you come across the cash envelope and debt snowball method? So the way I came across this system is that it started when I was in high school and my mom was beginning her debt-free journey. So my mom, she went on her own journey to eliminate her debt. I had nothing to do with it. I didn't know about it because I was still in high school and finances were far from my mind. I was just focusing on getting into college, regular teenager stuff that I wasn't worried about. So a couple of years went by. I was finally in college and I was about a sophomore, and my mom obviously wanted to try and pass down some knowledge that she learned when it comes to finances. So for that Christmas, she did give me a book, which was the Total Money Makeover book. When she gave me the book for Christmas, I looked at her and I said, "Are you kidding me? Like, why would you give me a book for Christmas? I don't want to read this." I wanted nothing to do with finances. I wasn't hearing it. I did not want to deal with it. So 2 more years passed by and now I'm living on my own. I have all of these bills to pay. I see myself piling up in debt, and I look over on the bookcase and I see this dusty book, and I'm like, all right, let me read this. Let me open it up. So once I read it, that's when I discovered the cash envelope method and the debt snowball method. But it still wasn't enough for me because I'm more of a visual person. So obviously the next step that I did was go to YouTube, type in cash envelopes, and my mind was blown. And from then on, that's when my obsession with this method began and changed my life. The next question that I have is, do you have any tips for someone just starting? So a big tip that I would give to anyone just starting is to let each budget and each month come with a lesson. You are bound to have mishaps. You are bound to have something pop up, and just learn from that. And then that will just better develop your budget. And also, do not compare your budget to someone else's, and don't compare your progress to someone else. You are doing great just by starting your budget. Alright, so now I do have to step out of my house for a minute, so I'm gonna go get some fresh air. I have to make a return to Burlington, and I'm returning something from Amazon. So we're just gonna hop in my car and drive. Also, while I'm out, I'm going to do a couple of hours for my DoorDash and my Uber deliveries. And now getting back into the questions, the next one up is, did you find it hard to start budgeting when there are so much budgeting videos out there? So, of course, definitely when I first started budgeting, it was hard. And I think that has to deal with the adjustment that has to be made. You know, all of my life I thought I was handling my finances correctly, but it takes you looking in the mirror and accepting that you need to change to actually make the change, and that can be hard. So that's what I went through, and it was not an easy process, but with repetition, it does get better. And in terms of the budget videos that are out there, I wasn't upset with them. I was actually grateful for them because with me watching everyone's different perspective, I was able to take bits and pieces from them, and then I created something that I knew would work for me. The next question that I have is, do you find that you stick to the budget or move money from other places? So asking me this question right now, I can say that I feel like I stick to my budget. I'm at the point where I feel like I've created every category that I need, that I can predict anything that pops up, and I have the money for it. But when I first started, I was definitely moving money around from other places. One, because I didn't have money built up for emergencies. So of course, if something comes up, I needed to take the money from somewhere else. And two, I was still learning what my limit was. Like I say all the time, groceries was something that I had to continuously keep changing because I never had enough. So I was always moving money around. But once I found an actual number that works for me within my budget, I was able to stick to it. And the final question that I have is, have you ever thought about helping others with their budget? So yes, this is something that I've thought about. I would love to share what I know and help someone else in terms of their budget. I still do not feel like I am a financial advisor where I can advise people on exactly what to do because I am still learning. But from what I know, I have helped my friends and my family start a budget for them, and they enjoyed it and it worked for them, and I really enjoyed doing it for them. So maybe one day I can branch out more beyond just family and friends. Alright everyone, so I am back from doing all of my deliveries. At this point, I am exhausted. I got so much done on this Saturday, so at least I was happy about that. As we look at the time, we do see that it is 9:20, so I'm just gonna make me something to eat, and I'm gonna make this barbecue chicken pizza. And this was actually the weekend of my mom's birthday, so she was visiting me for a week. So she and I are both eating this pizza, and then all we're gonna do is watch a movie, and then we're going to call it a night. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know. I want to thank you all for leaving your questions, and if you have any more that I didn't get to answer, be sure to leave those down below and maybe I can answer them later on. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, join the family. I would love to have you. And as of right now, guys, that's all I have for today's video, and I will see you all next time in my next one. Bye, guys.